Uh, I'd like to start off with my life. When I started, I've been in and out of the county jail since I was 18 years old. Every time I was locked up, I would tell myself, you know what, I would change. I would commit myself to change, but that never seemed to happen. Every time I was released, I'd go back to the same old lifestyle of drinking and drugging. In 1997, I was hurt in a very bad industrial accident. My foot was caught in a rock crusher. I used to asphalt, and I lost my right foot. I was hospitalized for 5 months, and at that point I thought my life was over, because I've been paving all my life since I was 17 years old, you know. And as I was recovering in the hospital, my body was recovering, but my attitude was getting worse and worse. I was getting very angry that I was being laid up. And one day, a good friend of mine came to visit me at the hospital, and he said, you know, Paul, God didn't take your life. He just took your foot. He's trying to slow you down. You're crazy. He says, you're either going to take somebody's life or someone's going to take your life. Well, I looked into his eyes and I said, you know what, bro, get out of here. And don't ever come back to the hospital and see me again. Well, he says, you know, I was just trying to tell you, bro, that I love you and God loves you, but I didn't want to hear none of that. Well, I got released from the hospital, went home. I was unable to walk. My foot was amputated, and I started drinking really heavy, started using cocaine on a daily basis. You know, I was getting workman's comp checks, and I was using the money to buy alcohol and drugs. And through all this, I didn't realize that I was hurting my wife really bad. You know, I didn't care about anything in life anymore, because I figured I couldn't walk anymore. The doctor said I'd never walk again because my foot was so crushed. Well, as time went on, my wife would ask me, sweetheart, please come to church. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want no part of church. You know, I figured I lost my foot. You know, I can't walk anymore. So I had to sell all my construction equipment that I had. Sold my truck, my plate tampers, everything, and continued to drink more and more, use drugs more and more. And one day I got a call from my niece that her boyfriend had hit her. Well, I went over there on my crutches, and I beat him up pretty bad. I almost killed him. Well, I was leaving his house, and I got pulled over from leaving his house, and the cops had picked me up on a first-degree assault. Like I said in the beginning, I've been in and out of county jail since I was 18 years old. I've had accumulated 7 DUIs. I was a habitual traffic offender, had numerous first and second-degree assaults, and now I was looking at a lot of time. But due to my amputation of my right foot, I was sentenced to 3 years with Colorado Department of Corrections, but I had to have a major surgery on my hips due to the loss of my foot. Well, while I was on probation, I picked up 2 more DUIs, and when I thought I had beat the system, because I was sentenced to 3 years Department of Corrections, but I got probation instead. And I was on intense probation, and that's when my life started spiraling more out of control, because I actually thought, you know what, I didn't go to prison. I got probation. Well, I had fought with my wife all the time as I was using more and more drugs, and we've got into a fight where I had thought I'd actually killed my wife, and I was looking at a first-degree murder charge, attempted first-degree murder charge, while I went on the run, and someone had turned me in on a Crime Stoppers tip, and I was picked up, and I was looking at 45 years to life sentence for attempted first-degree murder. Well, when I got picked up on that Crime Stoppers tip, I was in the Pueblo County Jail, and they kept postponing my court because they couldn't find the victim. The victim had moved to Denver, and without a victim, they couldn't charge me with attempted murder. So the victim never showed up to court, so they got me for habitual traffic offender, robbery, and I was sentenced to 6 years in prison. Well, they had sent me to one of the worst prisons in Colorado. They sent me to the Lyman Correctional Facility. While I was growing up, I didn't have a father because my father was in and out of prison my whole childhood life. When I was in Lyman, the chaplain came into my cell and asked me if I could come to her office. So I went to the chaplain's office, and she turned the computer around and faced me, and there was a picture of my father and my two uncles on the camera on the computer, and she says, "Look at you. You're a Montoya. You're going down the same path as your dad and your uncles. Your dad was in Lyman, in the same housing facility you are in, Unit 3. She says, "You got lucky. You literally got away with murder. Why don't you change your life? Let me help you get started in a Bible college, and when you get out, use your life to better somebody else's life, because you're going down the wrong path in life." And she gave me a Bible, and I went back to my cell, and I thought to myself, that lady must be crazy. I don't know nothing about the Bible. I don't know nothing about God. And I turned the TV on one Sunday, and I started watching this video gospel, and I love music, and I listened to these gospel videos, and I loved the music that I was hearing, and I just got on my knees, and I says, "God, what do you want from me? Show me what you want from my life, God. Why did that chaplain come to my cell and said she had something for my life?" Well, that was the first time I ever prayed in my life. And I felt the chill come over my body like I had never felt before. So I thought about it for a few days, and I went back to the chaplain's office, and I said, "I would like to learn a little bit more about what you have to offer me with the Lord." And she says, "Well, I'd like to get you started in a Bible college. You only got 6 years, and it'll take you 3 years to do this Bible college." I says, "All right, let me try it." So I tried it. I finished it successfully. I didn't use my time. I didn't do my time. I used my time. I started reading the Bible, and I started doing this Bible ministry, and I successfully completed it in 3 years. I got a doctorate in ministry, and I thank God today that chaplain did reach out to show me what God had to offer for me. Well, without God in my life right now today, I wouldn't be nothing. You know, I got out. I became an outreach pastor. Now I minister to inmates. I wouldn't be able to be where I am at today if it wouldn't be for God. Without God, none of us are nothing. You know, I just give God all the glory in my life. And I just thank God for Him putting me in that single cell in Lyman to show me what He had for my life, because now He uses me as a tool to better somebody else's life. And my name is Paul Montoya, and I am second.